Greetings, Earth Angels. Welcome to Native Earth Angel channel. I am so happy to be back with you guys once again. Mwah. Thank you so much for your light and your love and all of your positive energy. I also want to send a shout out to those people who celebrate today's holiday, which is Friday, All Hallows Eve or Halloween, and the start of Dia de los Muertos or Day of the Dead. I guess prep day on to the 2nd of November. So sending lots of light and love to you guys. Be safe out there. Be careful. The veil is thin. Make sure you are watching your energy and washing your energy and being safe with what you encounter and what you bring home. So this has been a lot. And the energy that I've been feeling has just been, it's been so beautiful and overwhelming. It's been like a vibration, this vibration of excitement, of anxiousness. Like someone is very anxious. They cannot wait to make things right. And if you saw my previous reading, where this was a choice between a fire, father of fire, or the father of earth, this is a continuance. I just felt like I didn't say enough in that reading and it needed more. So the energy, I'm just going to just dive right in again and just start with what I have been seeing and experiencing. So for one, I've had cats coming around my house. And I live in a neighborhood that, there are some cats. They're home cats, they live with people, but they kind of wander around. And I did share, I think a week or so ago, about the cat that was laying on the lawn. Well, that cat was back and it looked at me, and it's like it's communicating with me with its body language. And it walked towards me and it was really friendly. And then it just kind of went on its way. And then the next couple of days, I think it was a day or so later, another cat that lives locally, an orange, beautiful cat, just came walking up my walkway to my door. And it was like it was going to walk in the house. But my ex was at the door and kind of encountered it. And I think it's his energy kind of, made it leave. But I've also had a lot of birds getting really close, butterflies flying really close. And then I've had these dreams, and in this dream, there is a reunion. Excuse me, that's my laundry. It's finished. So there's a reunion, and in this dream, I just feel safe, and I'm being embraced by this larger person, and I just feel very warm, very safe, very protected, very cared for. And there's almost this squeeze to it, like they had lost me and got me back. So it was a really beautiful kind of feeling. I didn't get to see the person, didn't get to see their face, but I know the smell, which is very familiar. So for some people out there in the collective, there is a reunion coming. And this energy is there. I could feel my excitement as well as this person's excitement as well. And the song that has just been, oh my gosh, there's been this song playing in my head. There's been so many, but the main one is Hey Baby, by Stephen Marley. Um, my goodness, that's my laundry again. And there is the confirmation of that I should go ahead and share this, but it is a song that I just found so beautiful and it connects with this message because the lyrics are so deep. Oh, we love the Marleys, don't we? Thank you so much for your beautiful spirit and soul and sharing your light with us. My goodness. So the song, it goes, let's see, I'll just do a little bit of the chorus. Hey baby, don't you worry. Even though the road gets rocky, I'll be coming home to you again. And then he goes on to say, and if you thought that I was lost, I had to bear my cross. And now I'm free from all these chains. And it says, I've been gone a while away from you, and I hope you understand that I got to do what I must do to be a better man. Because if I was just to act a fool and do nothing with myself, then all my blessings would be cursed, my world would crumble in. It's a joy when I sit back and think of the good times that we've had and what we do to make it through when the good times turn to bad. I hope you find it in your heart and know these words are true. And please don't fuss because I must go do what I must do. And then the chorus again. And then it goes back to a different time and space, a different place, how perfect it would be. I would be the wind that blows, you'd be that willow tree. And I could never bear the thought of you not by my side. So I would be the warmth of day, and you'd be the cool of night. And every day I pray to Jah that one day you would see and overstand the fact I must fulfill my destiny. I hope you find it in your heart to know these words are true. And please don't cry. You know that I must do what I must do. And then the chorus. So if you're with me still, you can feel the energy from that. And that is exactly what's been going on. This person has had to recreate and reconstruct everything in order to be the person that they needed to be. They were, what I'm feeling is they were just like a wild child, like a free soul to a certain extent. And that's beautiful and everything. But they also took this like cavalier type way of existing in their relationships. And they misled you and made you feel as if they were more serious and committed because in their mind they wanted to. They know that you are a very valuable, and I'm like almost stuttering and I don't stutter, but it's so much energy coming. They know that you're a valuable prize is what I'm getting, like you're a valuable asset. You mean a lot to them. Not only do you make them better, you make them look better than the people and women that they have been dealing with in their past. You make people respect them and see them in a whole different light. Even the people that have known them their entire lives give them more respect when they're dealing with you. It's the energy that I'm getting. So here is here it is. Let's just keep going. So I've been getting this energy that this person wants to reach out, although they have made a mess of things with this kind of cavalier type love approach. So let's just dig right in. I usually start with the finances, but I kind of want to start here. So we have a rebirth. So this is not only you, but it is them. There has been a total rebirth. There has been a almost like a leveling up, like several levels, not just one or two, like almost like a recreation of the way you plus them see things. Um, your values have changed, their values have changed. Your values have definitely changed for the better, like you were always on a good footing as far as relationships are concerned. Already kind of learned to commit, learned to have a very high emotional IQ. Definitely gave, you know, what they wanted to get in relationships. But we have this masculine energy here that is feeling like they're now rising to a new um, level, and they feel as if they are ready to embrace any and every new beginning and opportunity, especially in love and especially with you, divine feminine. We have soothing stillness, which is the next one up. And with this, I feel like in this solitude, there's been a divine awakening in the stillness, in your solitude. There's been this rebirth here, and this recreation of your vision. It's not that you've changed everything that you wanted to do with your life, you've just changed your approach. If you were thinking that you had to be in a union to achieve your goals, you have now come to the conclusion that you have been cleared and freed of that relationship at that time, because it would have caused you a lot of heartache and a lot of confusion, a lot of sadness, and you needed to be clear from that in order to focus on your goals. So there's been like an awakening, and through this there's no sadness, there's not even like remorse. You don't even feel upset with what has happened. It's not like you're okay with it. You just feel zen, you feel at peace, you feel one with the creator, one with the universe. You feel grounded, like you have taken your shoes off and actually grounded yourself with Mother Earth. You feel absolutely complete, and you've been able to find your peace in the stillness of your inner self. So there's been a lot of soul searching and a lot of reckoning with everything, and really believing that everything, even the bad, happened for a reason. And I've been thinking about that movie Signs. It's been popping up a lot as well. But that movie, I think Mel Gibson and what is his name? Is it Joaquin Phoenix? And it's about the aliens, and it's also about divine timing. I believe, I feel that it's all about how all of these things happen for a reason. Like the little girl didn't, you know, finish her water, and she would always say, oh, is something wrong with it, it's contaminated. So she would always leave these glasses of water even though the family complained about it. But that's what ended up saving them, because the water fought against the aliens. The little boy wasn't able to, he had asthma, so when the alien, you know, sprayed this toxin, he didn't inhale it because he had asthma. The wife, you know, when she was dying, she said, tell, you know, your brother to swing away. So when, you know, the aliens were going to attack, you know, whatever, um, I forget his character, but he said to his brother, swing away. And the bat was right there on the wall. And all of this is like so coincidental, right? But is it coincidental or really divine timing? So I feel like that's been the call, that it seems like, oh my gosh, what is going on? All of these tragedies, all of this stuff has been going on. You know, you thought this person was your person, you thought everything was going to work out, and it didn't work out. But now you're realizing everything happened in divine timing for a reason. So there's hope still, and that hope is what has allowed, like I said, that belief that everything is happening for a reason. So you've been holding on to your hope, and looking forward to the future, because you, again, like I said, you know that everything happens for a reason. So the next card up is heritage. So you've been learning to cherish and cherish the wisdom and the experiences of the past. So if you've tuned in before, thank you, welcome back. And if this is your first time, welcome. you may have heard me say, if you've tuned in, that I definitely believe in reincarnation. I am a strong believer that I have been here before several times. Um, Several times. I remember lots of details from my previous lives, and I believe once I was looking for an explanation as to what I should do and where I needed to go with my life. And I started praying, fasting, doing all of these things to find my direction. I feel like the visions, the past lives that I've had started coming to the forefront to help me to understand who I am, to understand where I've come from, to understand how all of these lives play a part to help me to get to where I'm going. I believe that we are all on soul cycles now. You don't have to believe this, and I know it's touchy, especially because I do identify as a Christian, and if you do, I understand. I did share before, my mom is a Catholic, and that's part of why she was so open when it comes to religion, allowing us to go to different religious sects. We used to visit ashrams. We used to visit, her friends would invite us to the Kingdom Hall. We went to um, mosque. We've gone and prayed with many different people. She allowed Jehovah Witness to come into our homes, Mormons. She was always looking for this truth, because she felt like Catholicism um, had its focus, but you learn of purgatory, you learn of hell, you learn of, you know, different things, definitely, of course. But she felt like there was more, and she definitely believed that her soul was a reincarnated soul as well. And she was my mother, so she said, "Yeah, I definitely believe you are an old soul." And so I think that also helped her to understand me, being a little kid that had astral projection type occurrences take place, where if you weren't a believer in this kind of thing, you kind of had to be my mom. I can't imagine what that was like. So you have been receiving either signs or synchronicities, or I'm here to say collective, that I am here speaking on behalf of your past, whether it's your past life or just your past. You have your ancestors. We all have ancestors, people that came before us, and they came before us and lived lives in order to make our lives, I would think, better. I hope and I pray that's the case. So I believe that you have been guided by them, and you are being guided so that you can get to the future that you are headed to. So your past definitely is playing a part, both you and this masculine that I'm picking up. I'm not sure if this is due to the fact that this connection feels old. I feel so much of a flush with this connection that I feel like this connection is like old, like there's an old soul connection. Like this is definitely a twin flame, old soulmate connection. And not every twin flame is a soulmate connection, and not so every soulmate is a twin flame connection. But every blue moon, every once in a while, you get that connection that is both a soulmate and a twin flame. And sometimes that love can be so powerful, I believe, that it travels lifetime after lifetime. And I believe the desire for this love is just to get it right, to make sure that this time it's right, that maybe you just live each other's lives to the fullest and go and do all the things that you set out to do or wanted to do, and live this very rich and fulfilling life together. So I believe there is definitely a old soul kind of connection to this union. Anchor in self, so that was part of this rebirth and the stillness and that hope of you. You may have denied yourself. Don't pretend like you don't still love this person, because you do. And I get that from both ends. You guys both love each other, even though you're like anchoring in self and you are holding on to your own truth and your strength, and you're finding your center, and you're remaining steadfast. And no matter what's going on around you, I still feel like that connection, there's always been that hope that this person would get it together, that this person would come back, that this person would find their way back to the light. So here we have the anchor. And last but not least, as far as those cards that came out upright, we have forward movement. So no matter if you're with your partner or you guys have been doing this alone, there's been forward movement. And that forward movement is getting you to the place that you want to be in this relationship. So you're moving forward from the heart, and you're also being guided by this compass. And I believe that's where this heritage is also coming from, this past life slash this ancestral pull and guidance that you have as well. So we are definitely moving forward. So keep on doing that. This one came up upside, or came out upside down. I'm even flipped with my words. So trust. And we can basically guess that because it came out upside down, there's been a lack of trust. And I believe there's a lack of trust on both ends. I believe that you do not trust this person, and this person has been dealing with trust issues with you because they feel that maybe cycle will be repeated from you. They hurt you, they did horrible things, and they fear that you will do these horrible things as well. They also are fearing approaching you. They're fearing contacting you. They're fearing reaching out. They're fearing the communication, what that's going to be like, how challenging. They don't feel like they may be up to the challenge. So that's why I feel like this also came out upside down. So then we have let's get to some of the financial, because I think you know this part, and this, I wanted to share this as a continuance because that is part of that decision. Now, in that previous reading, we had the father of fire and the father of earth. And I was believing, and I know this might not sound so nice, but I believe that it's the father of fire that did the hurting. And I said that this female, this divine feminine, take it how it applies, had two choices. And these two choices were between the divine masculine, two divine masculines. One, the divine masculine, I believe he came out upside down, but he was working towards doing that. And I believe that he was the fire, the father of fire. He was dealing with a lot of lustful energy, a lot of passion. He's a very passionate person. He's a very fiery person. He has a lot of energy, very attractive, very good looking, very charismatic, very energetic, um, people kind of person, more of an extrovert kind of person, maybe a little bit of an introvert, but definitely extroverted. And they had this kind of passion that led them astray. They thought the grass was greener on the other side. So that is what's gone on here. This person has gone through this rebirth. And when I was doing that reading, I felt like, yes, you have a choice, but I feel like deep down, you know the choice. I feel like the fire is the one that lights this passion in you. And you've been hoping that this person has this rebirth. You've been hoping that this person gets in touch with what they need to get in touch with. I believe this heritage, this past thing also has to do with maybe some things that they had to overcome, whether it was addictions, that lustful energy. They really were being led by by um by their desires, period. It's making me think of Proverbs 31. O King Lemuel, give not thy strength to harlots. And I'm misquoting it, please forgive me, but basically moms is telling King Lemuel, Don't just be giving your stuff to everyone. You can't give, that is energy. I spoke it before. Your divine temple, your body, it's a temple. And male and female, when you give it to just anyone, I'm not approved. Now, I mentioned before, I am abstinent. I practice abstinence. I'm not saying you have to, especially if you're in a relationship. You know, everyone loves love, right? Loves affection. Just don't give it to just anyone, because there are energy vampires. There are people that will soul suck you. There will people who will destiny swap you. There are people that will financially swap with you. Take your finances, take your luck, take your fate, your energy. You ever had the bang 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 with somebody and now you just can't sleep? I mean, you can't think. You fall asleep, you just almost pass out like you got the itis, and you're gone for a minute. If you're a person that sleeps 4 to 6 hours, maybe you sleep 8 hours, didn't even know it was 8 hours. Now that could be some good loving, yeah, wonderful. But if that other person had a bunch of energy, now if you guys lay together and sleep for 6, 8, 10, 12 hours, beautiful. But if that person got a bunch of energy now and they go out and they say, yeah, I just ran a mile, ran 3 miles, ran 4 or 5 miles, and I made this and did that and did all this wonderful creative stuff, and you can't even think straight and you had no energy, that person might have just sucked your energy. So, moving right along, I have the finances here. I'm done preaching. I am a powerful creator of wealth. I get to have as much money as I want. I'm in a committed relationship with money. So, both of these are telling me that your wealth and your ability to create wealth, if it was a problem, it's no longer going to be a problem. Money is flowing, and you are now understanding how your relationship with money needs to be addressed, needs to be nurtured, and needs to be maintained. And I had a few other messages here, or excuse me, a few additional messages. What once burned brightly now feels dim. So I believe these are messages from the masculine, and I believe that's why I feel the urgency. He is worried. He's worried that it's over. He's worried that the energy is gone. He's worried that you no longer hold a place for him. But even so, I feel like he is reaching out. He is going to reach out. He can't hold it back any longer. He's received his signs and synchronicities, and he knows that it's time to reach out. Love deserves another chance. So, like I already said, this person is waiting and they want their other chance. And if you're watching, you do deserve another chance. And I believe that not only are your ancestors and your energy working to get you together, because not only do I believe in past lives, I also am a firm believer in timelines. And I believe that there is a timeline where you guys worked out. And I believe that timeline even wants you guys to join, because these timelines can work together, but they can also work against each other. And I feel like you want yourself to be happy in each and every timeline that you have. And again, your ancestors and your creator, and whether you believe in Jesus and Buddha, whatever you believe, your creator wants you to be happy. And you want to be happy. And I think now you have come to terms with that and what that happiness means. I think at a point you felt like you could just be happy with a person, and now you know how important your stability and your financial stability is. And I think that's why these both showed up as well, because you're understanding now in your solitude the time that you took alone, whether you're in a relationship and you just took a moment to yourself and kind of took a moment to search within, or you guys are actually in a separation, or you haven't met this person yet. I believe that you now understand that there is a fine balance, and you're finding that balance with love and wealth and health and everything. I feel like you've changed everything. You've changed the way you eat. And if you haven't yet, you are thinking and planning and plotting on how to do that. No challenge is too big for us to overcome. And I believe that's both of you guys in the hearts speaking. Your heads are the ones that are keeping you afraid and helping you to kind of discourage yourselves from just embracing the fact that relationships go through ups and downs. And even though they were horrible downs, but you're remembering the ups, and the ups that you have on your own right now are helping you to remember and recall the ups that you have together, and the ups that you will have together. If you haven't had any yet, you know that it's that possibility is there. There's no, and if you don't, let go of the doubt, because you can't believe in something part of the time. You have to believe in it all the time. And I'm not perfect. I know what it's like. You one day will wake up and just feel like, F it, fuck this shit. I'm done. I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Excuse my language. I just had one of those moments the other day. So, what I feel like you're coming to terms with is the strength that you have within. I miss who we used to be. So there is a feeling of who you guys used to be, and you're both missing it. I feel this energy coming from the masculine and the feminine energy. And then this one popped out and was on top of all of them, and I feel like it closed everything out. Your love has changed my life, and I believe you both feel like that. So I hope this brought additional clarity, and I thank you for tuning in once again. And for my new subscribers, I so appreciate you. Here were some final little messages that I somehow left out. True love begins with self. Then and only then can the union be whole. So I think that is tying this whole message up with a beautiful little bow, because that is deep. If you don't love yourself, how are you going to give someone else the love that they deserve? And how can they give you the love that you deserve if you're not giving it to yourself first? Deep breath there. An unexpected event will bring you riches and a wonderful union. This is beautiful. So there is some kind of unexpected event that is going to take place, and wow, there's a lot of wealth that's going to come with this union here. Good things are coming into your life. So that's how we'll end it. Good things are coming into your life. Thank you so much for sharing your time and energy with me, and your light shine on, Earth Angels. Much love.